I recommend you strike the word color out of your brain. Color. Color is like too demanding a word. 'Cause you're like, what, how many colors are there?
Infinite.
Innumerable.
Instead, think of it on a XY sliding scale of value and temperature. This box is arranged from a photo that I took of Maggie Price's box when I had a workshop with her way back in '07. And she works that way, value and temperature. So I know a lot of artists who arrange their box by value and chroma. You know, the value and then color, you know, so they'll have like yellows here, reds here, you know, purples, blues, greens, and then like neutrals like browns and stuff. Whatever, you know, some of the people that do that, their paintings are amazingly beautiful. They're awesome, and they have a good grasp of temperature. But I find this to be so freeing from getting so caught up and concerned about what color is that? What color do I need? Value is more important than color, number one. That's like value is more important than color. Just keep repeating that to yourself. And you know, that was my mantra for years until I finally started to grasp it. And now I add value and temperature, make color completely immaterial.
I guess I need you to define temperature for me.
Temperature is how hot or how cold a color is, how warm or how cool. And if you want to know what's warm, what's cool, well, cool, you think ice, icy depths of the Arctic Ocean, blue. Of course, the sky is blue too, but you know, even on a hot day, the sky is blue. But blue is the coolest color. You know, I don't do color wheels really, but if your basic color wheel, the three primaries of blue, red, and yellow, well, the warmest color is orange because it's red and yellow together. It's the opposite of blue. So anything in between there, you know, red is hot. Red can be a warm color, but red is a little bit of a cooler color than orange usually. And yellow is usually a little bit of a cooler color than orange, if you compare the two. And anything in between there, meaning the violets and the greens, can be warm or cool depending on what you're comparing them to. So that's why greens and violets make really awesome shadow colors, because you can not only get the cooler parts of a shadow compared to the warm lights. I do a lot of talking about light is warm, shadows are cool, but that's if you're working outdoors. Sunlight is warm. Sunlight is the warmest light. If you're working with like north light coming in a window, or if it's a cloudy day, the light can appear to be cool light, and then the shadows will be warm. So the shadows will be the opposite temperature from what the light temperature is. But my most familiar pattern to work in is the warm light, cool shadows. So that's usually what I'll be talking about most of the time.
So if you had a north light, what color would you make?
The what?
A north light, what color would you make?
The colors would be the cooler, the lights would be the cooler part, the green, the green, blue-green, bluish whites, you know, for the highlights, or depending on what the local color of the object is, you know, instead of going to the warm yellowy white, this is like my standard white, but it's a pale yellow. But if I was doing a cool light, I'd go with my bluish white, and then the shadows would be in the warm tones. But the mid-tones, that's why how I have this set up, the greens and purples are all mixed together, and they go across from light to dark along with the value scale. But I've got greens right next to violets, but they're in between the reds, oranges, and the the blues over here. So if I need a cooler color, then, you know, if I'm using this somewhere and I just need something a little cooler that's going into the shadow, I might look for, you know, something that goes a little more to the violet. Because this has more blue in it, so it's cooler than this.
Do they
So-
have a sheet that covers it then when you close it?
Yeah, the lids are over
Just
there.
like mine.
The lids have foam and you just shut it like that.
Okay.
So if you think of that, orange being the warmest color, blue being the coolest color, then anything in between, any other color, if it contains yellow, it's going to be warmer than something that contains more blue. If it contains more red, it's going to be warmer than something that contains more blue. I kind of see, because red is a dark color compared to yellow, so usually what happens on the warm side of the palette is the light colors are all like sort of the yellowy on the warm side. And then as it goes darker, then you have the reds on the warm side and then the oranges in here in the mid value. So it's kind of the way it works out, because how do you do a dark yellow? It's kind of a brownish, greenish color sometimes. It goes up more towards the middle, that middle temperature.
So where are your neutrals?
The neutrals are just all mixed in. Now, when I did arrange all my pastels this way, I've been working off of the individual boxes of the manufacturer's pastels. And I knew my whole Unison box, I knew where everything was, and my Senneliers here, my new pastels, and then, you know, after a while my Great American Artworks, and I didn't have them arranged like this, but I knew where all my favorite colors were. And when I put them all in here, like I had about a 2 or 3 week adjustment period when I was like, where is that Unison blue that I love so much? But you get over it. You get over it, and the benefits of this palette system are just, you know, my work improved.
Is it really worth the pain?
It is. Plus, well, I'm like one of those control people, and I love organizing. Like I hate cleaning house, but I love like picking up things and putting them away.
I'll loan you my palette for a week.
I thought I'd let her have mine for a day.